So today's class will have poses that are seated and standing, but you can always do the standing poses seated if you prefer. You'll want a chair, something nice and sturdy that doesn't have wheels and preferably doesn't have arms. You can put a yoga mat underneath your chair if you'd like for a little more grip on the surface. That's especially nice for hardwood floors too. And just any props you generally like for your practice. That might be yoga blocks, that might be a blanket. The yoga blocks are nice if your feet don't quite reach the ground when you're sitting in the chair. You want to be able to sit up nice and tall and also have your feet be planted firmly on the ground. But otherwise, we'll get started. And today we'll start by tuning in. So find a comfortable seat. Feel free to sit back in your chair. Mooney's coming to say hi. He loves chair yoga. If you're comfortable doing so, you can close your eyes and start to notice the environment around you. What can you hear? What's the temperature like? Are there any breezes blowing from fans or open windows? Feel the seat in your chair. Feel your feet solid on the ground. Let your hands rest gently on your lap. As you start to pay more attention to your breath, taking a fuller, deeper inhale down deep in your diaphragm, and exhale. Maybe you start to release your exhales through your mouth. Notice the quality of your breath. Is it easy or is it difficult to draw a full breath right now? You don't have to try and force it. Just do what feels natural for now. And then we'll check back in later. Notice how you're feeling physically as we turn back inwards. How you're feeling mentally. What's your energy level like right now? And we'll take a few rounds of breath together in the silence. Inhaling, filling up the belly with air. And exhale. Release. Let your navel draw back to your spine. Wherever you're at, take one more breath. And release. And blink your eyes open if they were closed. And coming to sit back upright, maybe scooting a little more up your chair. I don't know that Mooney will let me move too much right here, but we'll start with a gentle spinal warm-up. Cat-cow. Starting with an inhale, open up through your chest. And exhale, round through your spine. Let your chin dip to your chest. And moving with your own breath. Inhale, opening up through your chest. And exhale, round through your spine. take one more round and then meet back in center. Plant your right foot on the ground. Draw your left knee up. This can be close to the ground. You can grab your shin or you can grab underneath your leg. And start to warm up your ankle. Circle your ankle one way. Then switch directions. Circle the other way. And then point and flex through your foot. Maybe seeing how far you can separate your toes as you flex. And then from here, hold on to your leg and take your knee out to the side and back in. You can do this low to the ground too. Moving nice and slow. Take one more and then release back to center. And this time, plant your left leg and draw your right knee up. You can come up here, grabbing your shin or grabbing underneath your leg or keeping your foot low to the ground. And warm up your ankle, circling in one direction. Notice any differences you feel on this side of the body, either in your knees, your ankles, or just in general. And switch directions. And point and flex your foot. So again, seeing about separating through your toes, just creating a little bit of space. And then open up through the hip, grabbing onto the outside of your leg, and opening and closing. Making sure to stay within your comfortable range of motion. So you might be lower to the ground, and you might just come out a little ways to the side. Take one more, and then release back down. Pause here, get grabbing some water if you'd like, or for just a breath. Inhale in and out. We'll do a little chest opener, but first we'll move with our breath. Inhale, taking your arms down, around, and up overhead. And exhale, flip your palms and press the air away as you exhale. And inhale, reach your arms up. And exhale. And inhale. And last one, releasing down. We'll do that again, but we'll add in a chest opener. And so for that, you can grab onto the base of your chair behind you or the sides, whichever is more comfortable as we open up through the chest. So we'll walk through that slowly first, starting with an inhale in and out. And next inhale, arms reach up overhead. Exhale, press the air away. Lower your arms either to the sides or base of your chair and open up through your chest. This first time we'll hold for a couple breaths. Inhale in and release back down. We'll do that again, moving with our own breath, but feel free to hold the chest opener longer if you'd like. Starting with an inhale in and out. And the next inhale, arms reach up. And exhale, release. Grab around to the back and inhale, open up through your chest. And release as you're ready. We'll take one more with your own breath. And open up through the chest. And release back down. Pause here for a breath or some water or just a couple of cat-cows. Wherever you're at, as you're ready, take a deep breath in and out. We'll come to standing, so take as much time as you need to come up to standing. Again, you can always do these seated at your chair as well. To start, you can come to a wall or come to the back of your chair. And just so it's there if you feel kind of unsteady when you're standing. Again, you can always do these seated as well. Stand with your feet hip-width apart or wider. Arms down by your side, shoulders relaxed down. And take a deep breath here in standing mountain pose. And out. Next inhale, arms reach up overhead. And exhale, press the air away. And moving with your own breath. And take one more. This time, pause at the top. Stay there or bend your arms down. Take a slight back bend. And release back up to standing. And press the air away. We'll take standing twists now. Again, you can do these seated. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, twist to the left. Moving with your own breath. Inhale through center and exhale, other side. And a couple more times with your own breath. And then meet back in center and release back down. We'll come to balancing now. So coming closer to your support if you'd like. You can also do this seated where you just see how it feels, lifting one leg up and then the other. That also works on the core. So you can stand facing one way, or you can hold on to the chair with both arms. Same thing with the wall. So we'll start in a hip-width apart stance with our feet, arms down by the sides, and take a deep breath in and out. Shift your weight over to your right foot. Again, have your chair or wall nearby. And we'll start by lifting up the heel. It's just noticing as our center of gravity shifts. Maybe you play with releasing from your support for a moment. And then lower your heel and come back to center. Maybe shake it out a little. We'll come to the other side, shifting over to the left foot. And this time, lifting up the right heel. Toes stay on the ground. And then release back down. Next round, you can stay right there, just playing around with lifting up your heels. Or shift over to the right and lift up your left heel. And maybe lifting your left toes off the ground as well. Again, seeing how this changes your center of balance. You can always bring your knee straight ahead or keep it out to the side. Wherever you're at, take one more breath. And then release. Back to center, shake it out. And same thing on the other side. Shifting over to the left. You can draw your right heel up and stay here, practicing balance here. Or you can lift up your right foot and you can keep your toes close to the ground to touch down if you need support in addition to your chair. And one more breath. And release. And shake it out. We'll take one more round, so feel free to join me, or if you're feeling done with balancing, feel free to come back to your seat. So next round, shift over to the right. You can lift your left heel up. You can lift your left foot up, or you can try coming into tree pose, whichever level you'd like. This is different for everyone, depending on what kind of prior yoga experience you have. So for tree, you can take your left toes on the ground with your left heel at your ankle, so you have your toes on the ground for support. You can bring your foot to your calf. If it's in your practice, you can bring your foot up above your knee. But wherever you're at, just making sure to listen to what's comfortable for you today. You can also have your foot out a little farther with your toes on the ground. We'll take a few more breaths here. And releasing as you're ready, and shake it out. And one more time on the other side, shifting over to the left, taking whichever version feels good for you today, either lifting up your heel or lifting up your whole foot, or trying tree pose. You can bring your right foot to your left ankle and keep your toes on the ground. You can bring your foot to your calf, or again, if it's in your practice, up above the knee. Taking a few breaths here. Wherever you're at, arms can be wherever is helpful for you. Maybe both arms are at the chair. Maybe one arm is out to the side. And release. When you're ready, shake it out and take a deep breath. And release. We'll come back to our seats now. Making your way back to a comfortable seat, taking as much time as you need. Feel free to take a water break here. Once you're seated, feel your feet on the ground. Maybe you close your eyes. Come back to your breath and notice how you feel. And then when you're ready, you can blink your eyes back open. And we'll take a couple of seated yoga poses. So we'll start with seated downward dog. Press into the ground with both feet. Coming more to the middle of your chair if you haven't already. Your torso will come forward. Your arms will come up by your, like in a V shape. And this is your seated downward dog. This might look a little different for everyone, depending on where's comfortable for your arms. We'll hold for a couple more breaths. And last one, inhale. And exhale, rise back up to center. Noticing how you feel. We'll come into a flow with that, but one more pose is our chest opener. We'll be coming into that from downward dog. So let me just show you quick. From downward dog, you'll rise up, arms come in front of you. You can also bring your arms down to your legs and help push yourself up as well. From here, arms continue to slide back, grabbing onto the base or sides of your chair, just depending on what's available to you, and find a chest opener. And then from here, we'll release back to downward dog. So releasing your arms and either starting by bending forward, hands on your legs, or bringing your arms up. And we'll take that with our flow, starting with an inhale in and exhale out. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead, and exhale, coming to a straight spine forward fold. Inhale here and out. As you make your way to your seated down dog, we'll hold for a couple breaths. Inhale in and start to rise up. Arms reach forwards and to the back and open up through your chest. And then release back to your down dog. Inhale and out. Next inhale, start to lift back upright, back up to your seated mountain pose, and end with a deep breath in and out. Noticing how you feel. We'll take that one more time, adding on a bit more. But feel free to stick with any other earlier version we've done that's more comfortable. Starting with an inhale in and exhale out. And then on your own time, inhale, arms reach up. And exhale, straight spine, forward fold. Inhale. And exhale. This time, rise up, press into the ground with one foot, and draw your other knee up. And hold. And then release your foot, and this time come into your seated down dog. Inhale in and out. Next breath, rise back up. Press into the ground with your opposite foot and draw your other knee up. And then release back to your down dog. Inhale and exhale. Next inhale, rise up to your seat. Slide your hands around to the back and open up through your chest. And then release back to your seated down dog for one more breath. This time, hands come to your legs and rise up from here. Reaching your arms up. Exhale, draw your hands to heart center. Maybe you close your eyes here and take a deep breath into your heart space. And release when you're ready. We'll come into Shavasana, but feel free to take any other movements that feel good before we do so. I like to take cat-cow and move through the spine once more. And then when you're ready, setting up for Shavasana, which you can do right from your chair. You can also find a comfortable spot on your couch or maybe in your bed. But from here, you can sit back in your chair like we did in the beginning and take your legs out long. Hands can rest on your legs. Let your chin dip down to your chest. And then close your eyes. And we'll be here for a few minutes, but I'll let you know again when it's time for us to move again. And you can always stay here longer if you'd like. Start to come back to your breath. Taking an inhale in and exhale out. Stay here longer if you'd like. Otherwise, start to move your body as you come back to your physical body. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Move your wrists and your ankles. And then coming back upright as you're ready. Feel free to keep leaning backwards though. Notice how you feel physically as well as mentally. Notice any changes from the start of our practice together. Bring your awareness back to your breath. Notice if it's easier to take a deeper breath without noticing. And then when you're ready, blink your eyes back open. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this practice and that you have a great rest of your day.